Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today I will be going over each match in Week 16 of the Overwatch League and making my predictions on it. Let's get started. Dallas vs Paris. Now, this is going to be a very telling match. Dallas is hot off 2 straight losses to Chengdu, primarily due to not being able to adapt to their Hammond Farah comp. Then there is Paris, who showcased excellent ball comps against Washington and through the summer showdown. Will Paris improve to the point where they can beat Dallas? I think not. I may be having too much faith in Dallas, but they do have the ability to shut down the comp like they did against Washington, and I doubt Dallas has been sitting on their hands during the off week. I think Paris will definitely make them sweat, though in a 5-map thriller that Dallas takes 3-2. Houston vs Washington. Washington got massively buffed by the meta being the same, to the point where I doubt there will be an off week like they usually have. I think they'll come out of the gate swinging. Houston aren't slouches either, but I just don't think they can put up much of a fight. I say Washington take this 3-1. Hangzhou vs Seoul. This is definitely a tough one. Seoul has been somewhat struggling recently and Hangzhou has been on the uptick. However, I'm giving this one to Seoul. The Ashen Deco ban hurt Hangzhou much more than Seoul in my opinion, and Seoul is just generally a more competent team, especially with the rotating head coach issue in Hangzhou. I'll most likely regret this, but I have to go with my gut and say Seoul wins 3-2. New York Excelsior vs Los Angeles Valiant. New York takes this 3-0. Philadelphia Fusion vs Shanghai Dragons. Philadelphia is just tragic right now. Their roster is in shambles, and they just aren't performing in this meta. On top of that, this is against the undisputed best team in the pack. What can Philadelphia Fusion do? Shanghai wins 3-0. Boston vs Paris. This should be a fairly easy match. Boston are only really good at rush, which is hard counted by the current ball meta, which Paris are exceptional at. Maybe Boston can clutch a map, but I don't see much Boston can do here. Paris takes this 3-1. Atlanta vs Los Angeles. I have honestly no idea how this will go. This is the hardest PRED this week in my opinion. The Lucio ban definitely hurts Mazar, but the Echo and Ash ban definitely hurt the Glads. Their game last time was so unbelievably close that it could have gone either way. Will the Glads clutch it up this time? I'm going to say no. It just simply comes down to trust. I trust the Rain more than the Gladiators. Atlanta has been consistently dominant, whereas Los Angeles can freeze up at key moments. I predict Atlanta to win in a 3-2 thriller. Dallas vs San Francisco. San Francisco has some upset potential in my opinion. They are a lot better than most give them credit for, but I think they'll be hurting after hero bans, and really, I just don't think there's much they can do against the reigning champs of NA. Dallas takes this 3-1. Seoul vs Los Angeles. Seoul takes this 3-0. Shanghai vs New York. New York has been improving greatly, and I see them continuing the upward trend. However again, they are still fairly mid-table, and I don't think they can do anything to Shanghai. Shanghai takes this 3-0. Hangzhou vs Philadelphia. I just don't trust Philadelphia. They don't really have a good answer to this meta, and they can't really play this meta at a top level. Meanwhile, Hangzhou has some good signs of life. Shy and Architect can perform very well in this meta. I could be a bit too hard on the Fusion. They still have many good players, and can still get their shit together at any time, but I don't think I can really foresee that. I have no reason to believe they will play well anytime soon. I say Hangzhou take this 3-1. Atlanta Reign vs Houston Outlaws. Houston is simply outmatched here. There is no place they are better than Atlanta at, and Houston will especially be hurting from the Sigma ban, as he is one of Piggy's best heroes. Atlanta take this 3-1. San Francisco vs Boston. San Francisco is struggling, but they should be able to beat a battered and beaten Boston Uprising. San Francisco is better at pretty much every comp out there. San Fran takes this 3-0. Los Angeles versus Washington Justice. Tough schedule for Los Angeles. Los Angeles played these guys insanely close the last time they played. Will they pull it out this time? I'm going to play it safe and say no. Washington are just generally much better at the ball comp than the Glads, and they have had 2 weeks to refine it even more. Meanwhile, the Glads have been struggling with it to an extent. This is definitely a key match, though. I say Washington take this 3-1. I know I may have been playing it safe today, but I tend to do that with new tourneys, as there is a period of uncertainty. Thanks for watching and remember to like and subscribe for more. I am trying to reach 100 subs by Season 5, so any subscription helps greatly. Thanks.